So Vayne Salvatore returns to us with his lost chapters alongside of his level 70 Awakening and EX Plus. We have Paladin Cecil's level 70 Awakening rework and EX Plus. And let's hop right on in. So let's start off with Paladin Cecil. Paladin Cecil got some rightfully just upgrades. Not many changes to his crystal passives, but he did get some updates to his first and second skill. His first skill, Saint's Fall, no longer needs a specific amount of Brave to trigger the HP requirement. The Brave hits were increased to 4, and the Brave battery that it supplies to the party was increased. Just made it a little stronger. Holy Flame is now AoE. The increased hits was increased to 4, and pretty much the same thing before. The healing was just increased respectively with the power of the skill. Paladin Force gets a very nice upgrade with its EX Plus. It gets access to more overflow, access to a new frame buff that increases his attack max Brave. Allows him to start out in the quest with his both of his frame buffs active, and at 3 out of 3, his EX turns into a 4-hit single Brave target splash damage HP attack executed twice. That was a little strange to say. His C65 is now Holy Enchant, so it supplies the whole party with Holy Enchant for 5 turns, 2 times. Just like Onion Knight, he gets the Onion Knight treatment, and yeah. There we go, so that's Paladin Cecil. How is Paladin Cecil for the Chaos Era? Paladin Cecil before was a jack of all trades, master of none, and with his EX Plus and rework, it doesn't change any of that. Paladin Cecil is still an all-around fantastic character. If you need healing, Paladin Cecil has you. If you need Brave Battery, Paladin Cecil has you. If you need good damage, Paladin Cecil has you. But as before, while he is a jack of all trades, master of none, this is still the apparent thing with Paladin Cecil, as he doesn't really excel in one thing all that well. His healing is alright. It's serviceable, but it's okay. His Brave Battery is pretty alright. Actually, his Brave Battery is pretty solid. Not the greatest in the world, but it's pretty solid. And his damage is much better than it was before, but it's still, not like top tier like damage. Do you see what I mean? Like he does so many things that he just has trouble excelling in one thing. But with access to the Holy Enchant to give to the party, he can now supply the rest of the team pretty well. And with an EX that starts out at the beginning of the quest, you can set up the Holy Apparel right away and get that going. And one of the only other big problems that I see is that his Holy Apparel is only applied through his EX, much like other characters. So there may be a time where the Holy Apparel will fall off, or if a boss has auto-cleansing, they'll get rid of that Holy Apparel before you can actually really capitalize on it, and you have to wait to take effect on it until the EX is back up. I did forget to mention this, HP Attack Plus and Brave Attack Plus did get rightfully just upgrades. They do more damage, they do more hits, which is nice, which really helps out Paladin Cecil's longevity a ton, as he only has 12 base usages on his skills. I'm not sure why they didn't increase the amount of skills that he has. And while his HP Attack Plus is powerful, it's not to be relied on too heavily, because it's not the best Brave Shaving, since the potencies are just a little low. All in all, Paladin Cecil is a very powerful character and excels in a lot of things, but doesn't master one specific thing. How is he for the Chaos Era? I'm going to give him an almost important for the Chaos Era. If they actually sat down and gave this man a specific focus, I definitely believe he would have been important for the Chaos Era. I would be saying 100% he'd be important for the Chaos Era. But it's just a little shortcoming of the fact that he just does not excel in one specific thing, and we have characters who can specifically target some of the things that he's doing and do it better to run on the team. But if you're looking for an all-around good character, Paladin Cecil is definitely a great grab. I definitely recommend 3 out of 3 for him. Now let's move on to the main man, Mr. Vayne himself. Now Vayne did not get a rework, as Why the fuck would you think he needs one? All Vayne got was a level 70 Awakening. C65 is a 2-hit single target HP attack and 150% brave damage potency that increases the attack by 15% for 5 turns. I think it's 3. Something like that. His EX Plus gives him some rightfully powerful upgrades. It allows him to start out the quest with one stack of his stackable frame buff, as well as his other frame buff at the beginning of the quest. You don't have to waste his second skill in order to pop that immediately. At 3 out of 3, it will actually cancel the enemy's break status, so it will re-break them, which is really nice, with increased hit damage to 7 or 8. One of those 2 numbers, but he did get some increased hits in there, more overflow, and yeah, stuff like that. That's pretty much it to Vayne. But how is he for the Chaos era? Vayne is absurd. Vayne has been absurd since the day he came out, and with this EX Plus, it pretty much just exemplifies the fact that he's absurd. Vayne is stupidly powerful, and this EX Plus just gives him the stats and a new EX to pretty much